Greetings everyone, this is MegaPhilX again, and here we are going to beat Wily stage 3. And I just jumped right into it. Anyway, on the right side you can see this ladder. I was basically trying to do something a little bit different. This type of ladder, the graphic, has appeared in the Game Boy games. I think it's the 5th one, but I'm not completely sure. Anyway, I always try to do a little bit of difference when I do the different graphic elements. This stage, the goal with this stage was to create a stage that uses more of the reverse gravity mechanics from Mega Man 5. Because I've always thought that they didn't use them enough in the original game. So we have a section that goes up the Wily Castle tower, but instead of just climbing up ladders, which is a bit more boring, you actually fall down you fall up the tower. So the first spike pit actually went through a lot of different iterations. It was a much tighter fit before and it was way too difficult. One thing about reverse gravity is it caused us a lot of problems as we were testing. Basically every state that Mega Man can be in has to be made so that it will work in reverse gravity as well. Like when you climb down when you climb down a ladder like that, Mega Man, when he reaches the bottom of the ladder like this, he must be able to stand on it correctly, so the offset changes when the gravity is reversed. It's the same thing when he slides, the dust cloud when he slides, all of those things have to be accounted for in reverse gravity. Another thing with reverse gravity is that I try to avoid using enemies that look like they should use gravity. An enemy that is not made for reverse gravity will never be used in reverse gravity. So, for example, the skateboarding enemies, they move around on the ground, they jump, they use the gravity when they jump, so they won't be used in this environment because they're not made for that, and we wanted to avoid doing too much work to adapt every single enemy. So I picked the enemies I wanted to use in this stage and I sticked with them. I use the shield attackers, I use flying enemies that don't really use gravity in their programming. So yeah, also, what other things are there to say about reverse gravity? I think that's pretty much it. This room is a room it's one of the first rooms I designed while I was doing the game, the first designs of the game. Oh, and this crusher enemy won't appear in reverse gravity because he jumps, so he basically uses gravity. And the shots he fires also use gravity. If I can just jump properly here. Another thing is that Rush Jet and Rush Coil won't work in reverse gravity. I've just said oh, we're just not gonna be able to summon them in reverse gravity. I was not gonna make that jump. Let's pick up that extra life, and here we go. Also, these sections have changed a lot as I was designing them, because I was playing them over and over again, and sometimes they were just too difficult. It's way easier to design a way unfair and difficult stage than to design a more balanced one. Another thing is that in reverse gravity, these blocks, you know, when you jump inside the block, we teleport you on top of it, like this. But when in reverse gravity, we have to teleport you below it, because in reverse gravity it's different. So I just had to jump right into the spike, didn't I? I just wanted to demonstrate it, but oh well. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, the Yoku blocks, not only in reverse gravity but in normal gravity, they had to be, a lot of those segments had to be redesigned over and over again because something went wrong when you were playing it. Like it was like, oh, this is way too hard, or it was easy to do it on paper, but when you're actually playing it, it doesn't quite work, so I have to redesign it again. Pulled it up again. So these arrow enemies, this is one of the enemies that I felt it was okay to use it in reverse gravity, because yeah, I know it uses a propeller, but it's still interesting to play with them in reverse gravity. It makes them feel different, it kind of puts a different twist on it. And I'm not really good at talking while I do these appearing block challenges. There you go. Also, the controls are different in reverse gravity. This is another thing we had to test a lot. I also had to make sure that there was no checkpoint in reverse gravity, because all the entire mechanics of starting a stage are not made for reverse gravity. Like, just a mechanic like that seems so simple just changes the entire game. So we really had to be careful in what we wanted to support in reverse gravity and what we wouldn't support. One thing about this stage is that, like a few stages in this game, if I had the opportunity to redesign it, I would change a lot of things. I would make it shorter, for sure, and I would remove some enemies from it. I would try to keep the most interesting parts of it, but I would cut away some of the content. Because I know this is one of the stages that goes on for a little bit too long. But as far as we are right now, there's no purpose in me redesigning it, like not enough people would care anyway. So now we are up against... Oh no, what happened to Proto Man? So it seems that Base has Proto Man under his control or something. But no, he's actually infected by a virus, right? So Proto Man's pattern, he does 3 moves to cross the room, and he will always, he does like jump, slide. Okay, so he did the slide at the 4th move now. I'm gonna do it like now. So it's jump, slide, jump, jump. I really can't explain while I'm playing. So I'm gonna explain it here. I'm sorry, I can do it while I'm playing. So Proto Man will do 4 moves to cross the screen. He will jump, slide, jump, jump. And the next time after that, he will jump, jump, slide, jump. And then he will do jump, 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 slide. Basically, the moment where you slide always goes up, an increment at every cycle. So if he slid at the second move in one cycle, the next cycle he will slide at the third one. So he will do jump, jump. Hold on. It's one of those things that I can't explain while I'm doing it. Slide. So next time it will start with a slide like this. Oh, one thing about Proto Man is that every time we must end the fight with the cutscene, we had a lot of issues with that because we have to place both characters at the correct location, right? At the end of the fight. So there was a lot of like, what if you're using Rush Jet while the fight ends, right? What if you're in the air when the fight ends? Usually you use the Yoku attack against him, that's his weakness. But I'm trying to demonstrate how he works and not completely doing it right? See here, we have to move them one after the other because the cutscene engine doesn't really support them moving at the same time. It's a long story. But here, Proto Man is sorry for his mistakes, and I'm also sorry for my mistakes during the fight itself. So, in the next video we're gonna go after Wily Castle Stage 4. So see you then.